What are some of the differences that you see between the developers in New Zealand compared to some of the developers that are coming from the Pacific Islands or from developing countries like Nepal and all that?
Developers here are spoiled. Simple as that, man. The guys from developing countries, they gotta figure it out, eh? Like they gotta, they don't have to. They've got really good talent, really good apps they come up with, but the problem is marketing. We do a shit job in marketing our stuff. Like I've got tons of apps on my computer, I just haven't marketed it. And thanks to this podcast, I get to talk about at least one of them. Yeah, I've got tons of apps of sitting gathering dust, cobwebs. I think it's useful. I did a Maori language app. Still sitting on my computer. You can play it on your mobile phone and all that stuff. I just haven't had time or money to deploy it or get it out there because we suck at marketing, man. We really do. We're too busy behind the scenes trying to make it all work. That's basically where our head's at. And I've been doing that for 20 years in that industry. No one knows what I do. They know of me. That's a tech guy, but honestly, man, and I'm still poor. It's because of the marketing. I think we just have to try and get better at it. That's the reason why I'm kind of in front of this camera. No one's gonna do this for me, you, or any developer. It's just about getting in front of the camera and talking about, apps and stuff.
Any funny stories from your time working in the Pacific Islands of some of the struggles?
Heaps of good times, man. Heaps of the thing that's of value to me is befriending all the professionals out there.
The networks.
The network's pretty well established. They've got good guys out there. Again, ninjas trying to developing country, limited internet, just like the cooks trying to get stuff going. You
think limited budget is more critical?
Man, funding always helps. Getting projects done. Funding can pay for internet, that's for sure. How much are we paying for internet for unlimited in the cooks? $300 or something?
Something like that.
For a month? And it's it drops out now and again.
And it's capped.
So honestly,
and the uploads are slow.
Yeah. But not just on top of that, you got cost of operational costs like that, and then you've got to pay for your time and labor. So yeah, it's a small community. You get your name out there quite quickly, but there's constant challenges. I think that's across the board. In the Pacific, there's just talent that just one, do a shit job of marketing. Two, fighting against the tide.
When you say fighting against the tide, what do you mean?
You're constantly battling. Once you think you're going to reach the edge of the reef, another wave just comes and hits you. Boom! Go back to end up at the shore again. Try and paddle your way back towards it. What I mean by the wave is opportunities. Basically, it's the opportunities. It's just that wave, that opportunity to be part of a $3 million project. If you could get at least $100,000 out of that, that'll help you pay for. You're still paying tax, and it just never comes, man, because your name is not. You're small. So some sort of model or structure needs to happen it's a regional base. I was on a forum the other two or 3 weeks ago, and all of us expressed similar concerns, and one of them was Ed, our mate Ed, Eddie. He said we got to get technical people in those levels so that everyone who is a politician in the Cooks, is there one of them that's technical, has a technical? Exactly. So if we could get one of us, like you, Arnold, to be the Minister of Technology or something, I don't know, and just create a policy that'll help drive or promote the tech industry in the Cooks. And that's a big step forward. Yeah, so how about it? You gonna go run?
Politics is not my game.
Yeah, not anyone's game, but someone's got to do it. So yeah, that's one of the policy or the rules of engagement just work against you all the time. Cost of internet. We've got that fiber in that what's it, 102?
Yeah, the new fiber cable.
Yeah, how's that performing? How's that work for you?
They've got issues with the last mile. It's all fine having the big pipeline, but if you can't get it to the businesses and to the households, then what's the point?
Exactly.
So government's got to invest a whole.
But that Starlink's gonna hopefully solve a lot of problems.
Maybe.
Our uncle Elon Musk with the Starlink program going. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be expensive to start with, but as more people sign on board, hopefully that'll drive the price down. But yeah, internet's huge. It's the most important tool. I cannot live in New Zealand without it. like with the work I do. Constant upload, downloads, batch uploads, batch downloads, research, API structure, API classes. You know, just like, oh, it's never ending. But that's how you make it work. Why do we bust our balls to make it work?
Why do we bust our balls to make it work?
I don't know, to be honest. Why do you do it?
I guess
Is it about the money? 'Cause I'm not making it.
I'm not making any money if it was about the money.
For me, I think it's more like a personal challenge. So like if you're presented with a problem, especially when I read in the papers about these problem issues with housing crisis and all that, and if you think you can come up with a solution that could benefit a lot of people, I think I'm up for that challenge. So it's like it becomes kind of like personal. If I can play a small role in that big like if I can solve a big problem, itty bitty solution, I mean I'll be happy, like satisfied career wise. Yeah. That's big for me. When something becomes personal, you're passionate about it. Like you see the homeless on the streets, and you're wondering, shit, how can we really help them, man? Like me forking out $10 every time I see them, that's not gonna help. So you read about the Auckland City Mission, what they're trying to do, trying to house all these homeless people, get them off the streets. And you dig in a bit more, you find out there's just not enough supply. How can you contribute to make it easier for people to do what they do? So that's kind of for that particular app.